Now let's move on to this week's Art Talk. Sarah, please introduce us to the art of Vanessa Barragão. Welcome, Sarah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just gonna share my screen with you.
Do you like my jokes, Sarah?
I loved them. They were wonderful. I chuckled. Very clever. So welcome to Art Talk 104. Since our town hall, as AJ mentioned, the theme is shipbuilding, and Chuck's going to talk a little bit more about that after. It has a big tie to the ocean, obviously. So we're going to be exploring the ocean floor today with coral tapestry from Vanessa Barragão. And we covered tapestry in Art Talk 34, so a while ago, but I'll give a little review. Tapestry is a form of textile art, traditionally woven by hand on a loom. Tapestry is weft-faced weaving, in which all the warp threads are hidden in the completed work, unlike most woven textiles where both the warp and the weft threads may be visible. But this tapestry is unique. It's a coral tapestry. So Vanessa was born in Albufeira in the south of Portugal. Her studio was founded in 2014 when she was doing a master's degree at Lisbon University. And there she developed her first wool yarn collection and tapestries through an ecological artisanal process. Currently, she's based in Porto, the northern region of Portugal, where the nation's textile industry core is located. And she divides her time between collaborating as a textile designer for an artisanal rug factory and running her art studio. And Vanessa's artworks focus on textile industry pollution and how it's deeply affecting coral reef environments. So here's an example of that with Bottom of the Sea. So she believes in an upcycling effort and conscious production methods in an attempt to improve Earth's ecosystems. All the materials she uses come from the dead stock of the artisanal rug factories, which is it's cleaned and then selected to recycle and then reused in her projects. So her production tries to be the most eco-friendly as possible, using ancestral and handmade techniques like latch hook, hand tuft, embroidery, and felt and crochet to create her pieces. So Vanessa grew up in a family of artisans. So making things with her hands has always been important to her. So familiar with crocheting and knitting from her childhood, she further developed her skills when she attended the university in Lisbon for fashion design, where she learned various different techniques, including natural dyeing. She learned the entire wool process from sheep to yarn, knitting, weaving, macrame, felting, latch hook, and many others. So Barragão was able to incorporate all of these techniques to curate her own unique style, which is present in her tapestry. Earth, this piece, is one of the first big projects in her career, and it showcases many of these different techniques that she utilizes. Barragão has a passion for conservation, which came from her childhood, during which she used to travel a lot with her parents to the Caribbean, where of course she saw the coral reefs for the first time and fell in love with them. But as global warming began to endanger the habitat of the reefs, she felt the need to advocate for change. So through her tapestry, she hopes to show the importance of protecting the earth and to motivate people to take action. So the piece here was made from recyclable materials, just like all of her other works. And she incorporated various colors to showcase the beauty of the coral reefs, inspiring people to protect the earth. She said, quote, "My ultimate goal with my artworks is to raise awareness of the dark consequences that our footprint is causing on Earth, particularly in the water habitats. And hopefully this way, I can contribute on giving a more clear and bright perception towards a cleaner ecological path." So her fiber sculptures bring the viewer up close and allow them to interact with an underwater world of beauty that's quickly disappearing due to natural and man-made forces. Her textile sculptures are three-dimensional, as you can see here on the up close, and they're life-size, creating this immersive experience. So Teal Ocean Tapestry, the piece you're seeing here, is an example of how her works are full of textures and liveliness. And these coral tapestries are part of an exhibit that she did called Coral Gardens that was on display in Hanover, Germany in 2019. So the next piece is called Coral Garden, and this was kind of the pinnacle piece on display at the exhibit. So in this project, she created an immersive installation. The stunning collection explores the harmful effects of global warming on coral reefs. A large textile wall depicts a plush, richly colored reef on one side, while the other is rendered in a more muted color palette and kind of shows the idea of coral bleaching that's going on right now. She said, quote, "My biggest source of inspiration is the complex structure of coral reefs, which are truly cities at the bottom of the sea, which are the most impressive thing that I have ever seen." So this next piece, Barragão, veers towards abstraction a little bit. Living Coral Tapestry explores the underwater ecosystem. In this gorgeous piece, it has so much going on, splashes of color with different textures and surfaces that in part have loose threads that kind of hang down, almost like paint that one might see on a canvas. And this piece is currently being exhibited at the São Bento Palace, which is the official home of the Portuguese Prime Minister. And previously, it's also been exhibited at 115, which was an exhibit in Taipei. So obviously, she's becoming an internationally recognized artist. So now we move on to one of her proudest works, Botanical Tapestry. It's a brilliant colored map of the world and a timely reminder of how interdependent the whole planet is. Here you can see the white ice sheets of the South Pole at the bottom, the lush green Amazon rainforests of Brazil, and the arid sandy deserts of Africa and the Middle East. So each region is connected by the weather and the changing seasons. And this piece was displayed at Heathrow Airport, which is fitting, so that people traveling all over the world were able to see it. So besides her love of coral, she also has a passion for flowers. In one of her recent pieces called Spring Flowers, she incorporates both of the things she loves to create a beautiful tapestry. So once again, all of these items are handmade, including the flowers, which were made from a technique called felting. And Barragão believes if you have a passion for something, you should go for it. She said, quote, "For me, every stage has its own importance, and I enjoy each step of the crafting process, mostly because there are always infinite possibilities to be discovered, which at the end turn out to be a wondrous journey." So her pieces are extremely unique, and I hope you enjoyed looking at her 3D tapestries. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Sarah. Those tapestries were just amazing, weren't they?
Yeah, they're really unique and beautiful.
Yeah. I love the map of the world, as well as I really particularly liked Teal Ocean. I was thinking perhaps that could actually be a nice rug on my floor.
Yeah.
Now, I actually had a chance to, as one of our summer interns that actually picked this artist, her name is New. I had a chance to chat for her about why she picked the artist, and she actually chose the artist because of the ocean theme, obviously, an environmental theme. And she found the fabric work of the corals and the sea just very interesting, I think, as the rest of us did based on the chat window. So great pick. And thank you so much, Sarah, for an excellent presentation. Vanessa, the artist, actually won several awards and is really known internationally. As you can see, she had that big exhibit in Germany.